A reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah. The Lord God has given me a well-trained tongue, that I might know how to speak a word to the weary, and that will rouse them. Morning after morning he opens my ear that I may hear, and I have not rebelled, have not turned back. I gave my back to those who beat me, my cheeks to those who plucked my beard. My face I did not shield from buffets and spitting. The Lord God is my help, therefore I am not disgraced. I have set my face like flint, knowing that I shall not be put to shame. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
There was once an old man that lived across the street from a brothel in a very small town. And this man lived by himself, and he had the habit of every night sitting on the front porch and smoking his pipe as he saw the women arrive to work. And he stayed out there until he saw his neighbors sneak into the brothel. And he stayed there most of the night, and he heard the noises and the sounds, and he could see the stuff going on inside. And he never said a thing to his neighbors, even when he saw them in church or in town. But if he did see them, he would just turn his eyes down and look away. And when they said good morning or good day or how's it going, he responded with silence and walked away. Some of his friends and neighbors saw this, and they thought, well, we'll just treat him extra nice. And they tried their best to get on his good side, to get to know him. Even the women at the brothel decided to be nice, and they baked him a pie, and they set it in front of his front door. But he let the crows eat the pie. He never responded to his neighbors. And eventually, his silence turned his neighbors and the people at the brothel against him, and they started making jokes about him. They started cursing his name. When the men snuck into the brothel, they made jokes about him. And when the party really got started, the men would go outside, they'd drop their trousers, and they'd pee in his front yard. And the women would go and they'd lift up their skirts and say, "This is what you want, old man?" But he never once responded. He never once yelled back at them, joked about them. And this went on and on for years, until finally his health prevented him from sitting on the front porch, and he could no longer smoke his pipe. And one night, as he was lying in his bed, he could hear the sounds outside of laughter, of talking, of joking. And his heart was overfilled with a feeling of shame. Puzzled, he looked at the crucifix on his wall, and he said, "My God, I have never returned insult from injury. I've never spoken back against those who have cursed me. I've stood my ground. I haven't turned back. I haven't rebelled. So why this shame? Why is my heart sad?" And he laid there and he listened for a long time. And right before he fell asleep, he thought he heard a voice say, "Because you did not love them." My brothers, the Passion is a miracle. It's a remarkable thing, not because Jesus was innocent, not because of the dignity that he carried himself, not because of the extremes of pain and suffering that was afflicted upon him by those who hated him, by his betrayers. It's because he loved those even as they hit him. He loved those, even those who made fun of him, who mocked him, who beat him. And their actions didn't reduce their love, but it made it grow all the more. And so as we enter into this mystery of Easter, this mystery of the Passion, let us not focus on the pain and the sorrow. Let us not worry about being innocent or bloodless. Rather, let us focus on loving. For love carries actions where words fail.